speaking to a lot of prospects, there are generally 3 or 4 different states come up. One of them is obviously Texas, Florida, and the other one is California.
And a lot of these are all states you considered from your move from Turkey too, right?
Correct. So I fly into the New York first, and I did a one big giant circle and being all around the states. And California was really, really tempting. It was like beautiful girl, but would cost too much for me. I couldn't handle it. Couldn't afford it. But
I mean, the great weather, amazing beaches, great laid back vibe, different than the East Coast,
right? But let's talk about this, Patrick.
Mountains.
I mean,
hey, you want to come to the US, get the E2 visa, L1, or straight out a green card? We've been doing this for the past 10 years, and we wrote a book. It's called Own Your American Dream. What is special about this book is that we went back and have spoken to 21 successful applicants who opened up their businesses here and who are continuing to live the American dream. Hear it from them, because they talk about their fears, their mental state, what went wrong, what went right. The entire blueprint is there. You could just buy the book right here. You can just read it and make up your mind. Continue your video.
We've been doing this for over 10 years and helped about 2,000 plus clients in one shape or form. How has your experience been like when you were helping clients buy businesses and franchises in California, get the E2 visa, move there, set up their lives, set up their businesses, and maybe get a green card along the way in the path to citizenship?
It's been good. And funny enough, I just touched base with a client that had invested back in 2016, 17 in a real estate related franchise, and he's managing over 1,000 doors right now. So it's a big opportunity. There's a huge opportunity in California. People are making a lot of money there. They're spending a lot of money. Depending on the sector that you're in, there is competition, but it's a large market. The Californian market, if it was a country, would be the 5th largest economy in the world, ahead of India, ahead of the UK, ahead of France. So it's a tremendous opportunity. We've had clients have had major success in California. Some that have had issues though, especially depending on the municipality. Sometimes it's tough to get brick and mortar type business open. I had a client years back open up an ice cream related business, took forever to get the permits. So you got to be careful the type of business that you open. In California, on the state level and the municipality level, there's more regulations, as well as, minimum wage laws, vary on the city, county level for California. So it's more regulated than certain markets, especially like when you compare it to Texas or even in Nevada or Arizona crossing state lines. But it's a price to pay, I guess, to be living in an amazing place and have a huge market, B2C, business to consumer selling, as well as B2B, tons of businesses there.
Absolutely. No, I mean, I heard this analogy and this has been great. Everyone agrees the fact that California is the best state to live in for overall lifestyle. I mean, no one disagrees with that.
Yeah.
Texas seems to be the best state right now to do business in terms of, taxation and the overall environment. But I heard this analogy, and someone who was saying this: if California and Texas had a child, that would be Florida. Okay? So it's a beautiful lifestyle here, beautiful weather, and a friendly business climate. And to that end, there's a lot of fuzz going around about, business friendliness of California, maybe even some high taxes. Obviously, when these things are, floating around, people have different ideas. People don't necessarily know, okay, it could be expensive, but how expensive? I could have a lot of taxes, but how much? What's the actual difference? If I am to sort of like compare Texas and California, what am I looking at as a business owner in California? Is it going to be more expensive? Am I going to be paying more taxes?
There's a lot of Californians. We have clients that have moved to Sacramento area in inland, and it's quite affordable. And they're making good money. There's good jobs for the spouse that's not doing the investment in the franchise. So there are parts of California that are affordable, and other ones that are expensive, and you gotta make sure you're going to work hard grinding your business, or maybe you have a sugar daddy or sugar mama spouse and they work in tech, finance, or some other high paid field, as there's plenty of opportunities to seek employment in California, but it's really going to depend on where you are in California, not just at the county level, but also, at the city level or even zip code level.
Of course, one of my best friends, Alex, you actually know him. He lives in Irvine, California. And when I was thinking about moving to California for the first time, we basically talked about, the cost of living, the cost of housing, all taxes at a state level. And I basically asked him, I said, Alex, this is not the place for the first time starter. It's going to be too tough. He told me, hey, look, you just got to make more. I'm like, what do you mean? You just got to make more.
A colleague told me that in Orange County, lives in Newport Beach. He said, people complain about the cost, just focus, make more money.
Yeah. And he said, it's available. You can. The sky is the limit in California. Yes, it's expensive. Very expensive. I think one of the most expensive places in America, if not the most expensive place. But he said, you know what? Sky is the limit here. You will put your own limit. It's possible. You can. You just got to make more. I say, I like that mentality.
39 million people in California. And we have a lot of clients investing in the senior care space, for example, and that demographic's ballooning. 6 million, more or less 6 million right now over the age of 65. In 2040, though, it's going to increase to 11 million. So that's a lot of people that you could be providing some sort of senior care service, home care services. I've interviewed a franchisee of a brand that does $8 million in Orange County, running a senior care franchise. Wow. So, you compare that numbers to someone in Texas, maybe they're doing half, maybe a third. So there's huge opportunity in California. Yes, it costs more, but a lot of the top line revenue numbers when you're running a business are also going to be higher.